This is a Precision Parts and Remanufacturing training video for starter drive assembly. A starter drive is the component that extends and engages into the flywheel of a vehicle engine. The pieces of the drive assembly are as follows. First, you have the drive body, then a drive cap, a pinion, half washers, a whole washer, drive rollers, and then drive springs. All pieces require visual inspection to confirm they are clean, damage-free, and match the production work order. All pinions and drive shafts must be polished before assembly. The pinion race must be smooth. See the production work order, or PWO, for the specifications on the type of emery cloth to use. Before assembly, an inspection of the pinion must be done. If the pinion has a bad gear face that is damaged, chipped, or has a pitted flank, it must be rejected. Pinions with a damaged race or have signs of wear on the teeth are also unacceptable. Please refer to the visual aids or the PWO for additional information on what is acceptable or not. Other unacceptable components include damaged bushings and shafts. As stated previously, all drive shafts must be cleaned and polished prior to assembly. The components that are acceptable to build must not have any rust on the drive. They must be clean, straight, and have no damaged splines. Washers also must be clean with no rust or damage. Drive springs must be inspected closely. They must be the same. Damaged or wrong drive springs cause failures after assembly, and the pinion must be clean, polished, and damage-free. Once all parts are confirmed clean and damage-free, the next step is drive assembly. First, clean the bench top off and remove any old parts from the area. Your supervisor will bring you a basket of parts. Attached to that container is the production work order. The first step is to read the production work order and confirm the parts in the container are the same as on the bill of material. Match the lot number from the bag of parts to the production work order. For drive assembly, you will have drive pinions, drive caps, drive springs, drive rollers, and then the drive shaft and drive bodies. Always read the production work order before starting work. It contains vital information about assembly, inspections, and other various information. Read through each page thoroughly. Keep one page out for posting on the bench back. Posting the PWO shows supervisors what lot you're working on. This bench top is ready for drive assembly. The parts have been confirmed, the PWO has been read, and so now we are ready to start. First, place the drive shafts in the rails as shown. Do a quick visual inspection. There can be no damage, no rust, and all the drive shafts must be the same length. Report any damages to your supervisor. First, we must install the springs and the rollers. These parts are very small, so be careful when handling them. Grab the drive shaft and turn it down as shown. Grab a roller and install into the cavity. Compress a spring and install that into the same cavity. Again, that's roller, and then spring. Repeat this process until all rollers and springs have been installed. This particular drive has 5 rollers and 5 springs. Repeat this process for the entire lot. Here we see properly installed drive rollers and springs. And now we must apply grease. You want to apply a light coating over the drive rollers and springs, but not enough to insert into the cavity. Over-greasing may cause assembly issues. Here we see properly greased drive bodies. And next, we'll install the half washers, whole washers, and the pinion. First, install the whole washer. Next, the pinion. And then finally, the 2 half washers. Again, that's whole washer, pinion, half washer, and half washer. Repeat this process for the entire lot. The next process is installing the drive cap. This particular customer requires a dimple on the drive cap. This dimple must be in alignment with the half washers. See your PWO for more information. These drives are ready for drive cap rolling. They have been assembled with the springs, the rollers, washers, and grease. The drive cap rolling machine must require specific tooling for the part you are working on. Refer to the PWO for more information. Install the drive into the machine and turn on. Next, roll the cap. Check the pinion to make sure it spins. The pinion must spin freely, the drive shaft must be able to go up and down, and there must be no damage on the splines. If a cap is rolled properly, it will not move. To check this, we place the drive into a fixture nearby. Grab the cap and twist. If it does not move, it is rolled properly. If it does move, it must be reworked. Once all components for the lot have been completed, the supervisor must take them to the next area, Q inspection. In this area, there are several checks, some mechanical and some visual, for any flaws. This first one is a torque check of the pinion. If the pinion meets the requirements, it is good and placed with the good components. If it fails testing, it is placed in a bag, labeled, and in a red container for rework. All components for all lots are inspected. This is an inspector performing a cap inspection to make sure it is rolled properly. It does not move, so that cap is rolled. Other inspections include the splines for damage, the drive cap for proper rolling, the pinion for any pitting, rust, or any other damage, and the top of the drive to make sure there's no dents or dings
or other damage. Bushings are also inspected, as well as the dimple on the drive cap. The drive must meet all requirements before moving to the next area.
After drive assembly, there is a quality inspection. Customers have requested various inspections on the drives to ensure they last as long as possible. Inspections include a torque inspection of the drive using a calibrated torque wrench, visual inspections of the pinion, washers, drive shaft, and bushings. Any product that does not meet the criteria will be rejected back to the drive department for repair. All rejects are placed into a labeled bag and their red container that is taken back to the drive department. All rework must be fixed immediately and taken back to the Q inspection department. Once all drives meet the specifications, they are picked up by dispatch and taken to the next area, and this completes the drive assembly process. This has been a Precision Parts and Remanufacturing training video for starter drive assembly. Please see your supervisor and the production work order for more information.